Hey everybody, my name is BlakJak. Welcome back to Slide 2 Band Thieves.
The Lumberjack games are upon us. Now, despite Murray's study of the log chopping guide, none of us are skilled enough to beat Jean Bisson at his own game. So, though it pains me to say it, we'll have to cheat. Murray, you'll participate in the power log chopping competition. Get us a good score, and then let Bisson up for his turn. While he's chopping, I'll sneak the eagle egg into his trousers, and the protective parents should disturb his axe swings. Sly, given your ascension skills, I've signed you up for the ice wall climb. We'll keep Bisson from beating your score by pulling him off the wall with some nearby grappling lines. And finally, I'll represent our team in the log rolling competition. With my knowledge of rotational mechanics, we're sure to get a stupendous score. Sly will be in charge of greasing Bisson's logs, so he has no chance of beating it. If you guys are ready, I say we head out and show these meathead lumberjacks what we're made of.
So are like these photos photoshopped, or like how did Bentley get his hands on a picture of Bisson being attacked by an eagle and a photo of Bentley on logs? Anyway, in the last episode, we took on the missions for part 1. This episode, we're doing Operation Canada games. I know it's Canada. So we're going to need the alarm clock for this mission. But first off, I want to show off the time thief reflexes. I forgot to show that off. And now for the alarm clock, what it does is you throw it and it makes a noise, and then guards are attracted to it. But since I don't like the alarm clock, we're going to do things a little differently. That's what it does. That's literally all it does. It's pointless. I don't like it. So we're going to cheat. And Slide 2 has a few cheats. It actually has 3 new gadgets. It has the fast travel. I fucked it up real quick, but I'm going to input it correctly this time. It has the fast travel, and it has Major Tom. And Major Tom is not only a reference to David Bowie, but it's actually Tom from Toonami.
Hey, hey, hey.
Yeah, it's even voiced by the same guy.
Hey.
It's pretty neat.
Hey.
And he's better than that fucking alarm clock, because Tom has a very special line that I want to show you guys.
Hey. Hey. Hey.
Not that one. Hold on. It's coming.
Hey.
Just...
Hey. Peanuts.
Yeah. Hey, peanuts. The other cheat code I'm going to implement real quick is this one, where you have super speed. By super speed, I mean time rush, which is just the fast ability from Sly 1. But this time you can hold a shoulder button instead of holding triangle, and it makes things a lot easier. But it's restricted to your stamina, so you can only do it for a short amount of time. And with that, we can pretty much begin Operation Canada games, as I'm going to be calling it from now on. I know it's Canada game, guys. I know. But it's Canada.
Okay, guys, let's head down there and win those talents from Jean Bisson. Sly, try to keep a low profile when we get close. We don't want him to recognize you.
Yeah, from that time where you were standing right next to him and yelling when you were trying to be sneaky, Sly. You idiot.
Excuse me, sir. We humble lumberjacks would like to participate in your lumberjack games.
Think you got what it takes to win the clockwork talons, eh? Well, I'm sure enough gonna let you play, so long as you pay the entry fee.
Much obliged, partner. We'll, just take our positions for the competition.
Enjoy the moment while you think you still got a chance. It's as close to winning as you'll ever get. This year's first event will be a power chopping contest. Not like anyone's ever gonna beat my record, but let them try.
Okay, let's do this. So what you gotta do is make sure that the little marker is on the log. I like to aim for the little chip because I always felt like it does more damage. I don't actually know if that's true or not, but you gotta press any button. I use the X button normally. I like that Bentley lowers his voice. I find it really funny. Like he's trying to sound all macho and shit. It's great. Love it. All right. So now we gotta wait for Jean Bisson to start hatching away at his little log. And
Okay,
we gotta
Murray,
carry
you're on.
the egg.
Plant the eagle egg on Basan.
To,
and the angry
Basan.
eagle parent should swoop in and throw off his axe timing.
And you don't have to hold any button, but you have to walk as if you're holding a bomb. So you can't just hover around. Also, this is where I found out about that little head turning glitch that happens if you turn around really quickly, like his head spins around. Yeah, this is where I learned how to do that. Let's see if I can get it off while I have to wait for these icebergs to move. Ah, there we go. Oh, there we go. I know I mentioned this before, but just in case you're watching this episode and not any of the other ones, when you're being attacked by the eagles, aim for the wings. That way you can just walk underneath them and you'll be safe. You have more than enough time to make it to Basan and drop off the egg. I feel like Murray could have easily beaten Basan this time. Just easily. He took forever. Murray's stronger than Basan. Hell yeah.
What? I think you better rethink them scores, boys. What you intended to give me was perfect tens, right? So your pink friend knows how to handle an axe. Let's see how you handle a vertical wall of ice.
You know, honestly, this one isn't as hard as the other one. Isn't as hard as I thought it would be, because the physics for, not the physics, but the mechanics of the wall hooks are a little iffy. But honestly, I never had that much trouble with this part of the mission, to be quite honest with you. I think maybe like once or twice I've fallen, but
Pretty good for a
it's not
scrawny raccoon.
that hard.
Now, watch and learn as I demonstrate the art of power climbing.
What I always had trouble with was this part, though, when you have to shoot the grappling hooks.
Grapples to hook onto Basan. You will need to hook him with all 3 lines to pull him off the wall.
Also, how does Basan not notice that I shot him with not 1, not 2, but 3 hooks? Also, I totally fucking missed there. How the hell did that happen? Now, I always had a hard time with this part of the game. I don't know how I did really good this time around. But yeah, like, it's weird. Oh, that one totally landed on him. But whatever, I got him. Also, how do the judges not see the grappling hooks? Like, that's totally not his fault.
Seems you have pulled the wrong cards again. Did I ever tell any of you the story about the judge from last year's competition who mistakenly gave me a score other than 10?
Or just keep it 0.
I see we're tied with only one event to go. Unfortunately for you, I've saved my best event for the last, the spinning log competition.
Okay, looks easy enough. I just need to stay out of the water.
You can't use the hover pack here. It won't allow you to, just to let you know. I tried, it didn't work. So, as long as you can make a jump to a log, you'll be fine. One push of the X button should be enough. Here's where I'm trying to test out the hover pack. It didn't work. Also, another trick is stay on the middle log, so that way you can always make it one jump from the left, one jump to the right. And you have enough time to react to which log is falling. Even when the middle one is falling, if you just like touch your feet on the water, you'll be fine. A double jump will always save you when landing on a log, so you don't have to really worry about much. Here. See, like, look at that. I could have lost right there if I didn't jump, but if I jumped like even like a frame later,
I'll give you that.
it's pretty safe.
Watch how a skilled log roller does it.
This is crazy. John Bison's got those judges so intimidated, there's no way he can lose.
You're right, Murray. Those guys need to go. Okay, I'm just making this up on the fly, but what if I were to lure the judges one by one into that cave? Once inside, you two will knock them out and take their clothes.
Ingenious! When all 3 judges have been restrained, we'll be able to don our disguises and take their place at the judges' table. Sly, you can use the alarm clock gadget to distract the judges and lure them into the cave.
That's a great plan, Sly, but you'll have to move fast. Once John Bisson finishes the log rolling event, the gig is up.
So my question is, I feel like Sly. Well, let's start things off real quick. I feel like Sly just doesn't want to grease the logs because he never picked up any grease. So you're gonna throw your alarm clock, or Tom, however you want to do this. I like Tom, so we're gonna throw Tom onto these little platforms and then throw him into this little cave. And then once you're ready, you hop into this little barrel right here, just so that the guard doesn't see you. And once the guard gets close, Murray and Bentley beat the crap out of them. And then they rip off the beak of the unconscious duck and steal his clothes. This game's brutal as fuck, dude. This game's metal, holy shit. Just the implications of this game are a little ridiculous. So yeah, my question is, how did they do that? How, like, if they're making up the disguises on the spot, you know what I mean? Like, how, if they didn't get the grease, like, you know, Sly needs to get the grease to grease the logs, but he also needs the materials to make the disguises, right? Or at least Bentley and Murray and Sly need the materials to make the thing. So they're doing this shit right on the fly. So that doesn't make any sense. It's clear that they're just stealing the clothes off the ducks, but they all have beaks on their faces when they don the disguises, which tells me that they're ripping off the beaks of these poor ducks. And look at that shit, Murray. It's horrible, dude. Horrible. That's a big beak. I think they probably just went to like the party store, like fucking grab some duck beaks, duck bills. And with this last Tom throw, there should be peanuts. That should be enough to make Sly beat the crap out of this guy and win the talons off of Bassan.
What? I thought I warned you judges about the consequences for incorrect scores. Wait a second. You aren't the judges I hired. It's the scrawny raccoon and his annoying friends. Well, if you want the challenge, then why don't you just take them?
Oh, my aching head. Those talons really pack a punch. Sly! Murray! Wake up!
Yeah, I'm awake, but not so loud. I have a splitting headache.
Where are we? What's going on?
This looks like the sawmill control room. Bisson must have thrown us in here for interrogation later. I, for one, would like to escape before he returns.
It looks like we're pretty well sealed in here. Unless...
Unless what?
Unless you can fit through that hole.
I think I could squeeze through there. I'll drop down and try to free you guys from the outside. If there's any trouble, I'll call with this walkie-talkie. You might be able to help me with these sawmill controls.
While you guys do that, I'll try prying open that steel door. Given enough time, I might be able to make some progress.
Sounds like a plan. Good luck, Bentley. And remember to shout if I can help you from up here.
Bentley, you okay? I can't see you from in here, but I heard the fall.
I'll be fine. Just give me a moment to catch my breath.
Well now, Candy Britches. I should have figured a puny turtle like you'd find a rat hole to squirm through.
Well, I just dropped my glasses, had to come pick them up.
I ain't like you, boy. I ain't stupid. When y'all were unconscious, me and my boys paid a visit to your hideout and found all them clockwork parts. Lucky thing, too. Arpeggio is willing to plunk down a king's ransom for the whole lot. I even threw in the talons.
You sold all the clockwork parts? Arpeggio has them all?
I wouldn't expect one of your kind to understand the finer points of commerce. You turtles are too stupid to know a woodcutter from a woodchuck.
That's it. Time I showed you just how stupid we turtles really are. Sly, on my command.
I hear you.
Prepare yourself, Bisson. En garde.
Okay, Walnut. Get ready for a smushing.
Call out which
So
lever I
I'm
should
assuming that Bassan took all our weapons and stuff, which makes being captured by an enemy finally makes sense because the Contessa is the worst one ever.
pull on it.
I love this boss fight. I think this is such a clever idea for a boss fight. Clearly, Bassan is too tough for either one of the three gangs to actually take on head on, except for maybe Murray, but he's too big to actually fit through, and he has to release and free Sly, so it's up to Bentley to solve it. But it's just a matter of brawn versus brains, and the brains being strategy in luring Bassan over to where he can get hurt. Now, it's fucking genius. I think I love this boss fight. This is probably
Okay.
my favorite boss fight other than Rajan. Yeah, it's definitely like Rajan, then Bassan, I feel like, are my favorite boss fights in this game. I just like the concept that
Dynamite, turtle.
this dude can withstand being crushed by logs, being burned alive by fire, and being sawed by industrial saws. It's brilliant.
There you go.
I just love the idea of this boss. And he looks huge compared to Bentley.
Let's get to killing.
Just massive. Also, John Bassan's like the smartest one, other than Arpeggio. He not only captured the Cooper gang, but took away all their shit.
Done.
And sold all their clockwork parts. By the way, why were you guys carrying the clockwork parts around with you? Why didn't you leave it in Paris?
Tarnation. I've been done in by some four-eyed turtle. Times have changed.
Once again, brains triumph over brawn.
Good job, little buddy. That was some fast thinking.
Don't forget about me.
You did a great job opening that door, Murray.
Thanks.
Attention, John Bisson. Arpeggio's carrier blimp will arrive to pick up the Northern Light battery in exactly 1 minute.
Okay, enough patting ourselves on the back. If we're going to get the clockwork parts back, we need to get onto that blimp.
The silo battery isn't far. If we run, we can make it.
Enough talk. Let's move.
So since I didn't mention anything, circle is to drop the locks, square is to set off the fire, and triangle is the saw
Take a
blades.
leg. That blimp's on its way.
Now we have to make it over from one side of the map to the other side of the map as Bentley to the silo under a strict time limit of too much time. You have plenty of time to make it over here. And again, Murray throws Bentley up, but he could just jump on that little jump pad right there. I don't know why Murray has to throw Bentley up to the top of the silo. Like, he could have just done what Murray did, just blink. But just like that, we beat episode 7. So let's get picked up by Arpeggio's blimp, or excuse me, Arpeggio, as that clearly Canadian voice is called over the microphone.
As we shut ourselves into the Northern Light battery, it became black. For a few long minutes, we just sat there in darkness. No one dared to talk for fear that Jean Bison's men might discover where we were hiding. Time seemed to have stopped, and then we felt it. We were being lifted up to Arpeggio's blimp. It was all so strange. The focus of all our schemes had been stolen from us. Our clockwork parts were gone. Looking around the inside of the battery, I knew we all felt it. Failure. I was twitchy and ready for action. Any action. Bentley tried to make some sense of the situation by drawing up meaningless plans. But Murray took it the worst. He just sat there sobbing while the team van floated away over the horizon. That van was his life. I knew I'd have to find a way to make it up to him.
Wasn't the van in a cave? I could have sworn it was in a cave. Oh, well, whatever. So that does it for episode 7, Menace from the North A. Next time we're going to be taking on episode 8, Anatomy for Disaster. I will see you guys then.